Danny Stadium. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. It's the Texas A&M Aggies and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Guys, as you know, Alabama coming off a terrific year last year, getting back into the college football playoff and getting to the second round. But this team has more to prove. They lost their quarterback, Ty Simpson, to the draft, but they still have one of the most dynamic wide receivers in the country. Ryan Coleman Williams is looking for a little redemption after a low production year last year. The fans can't wait to see what this version of the Crimson Tide will look like this season. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. Fielded in the end zone. It's Bussey. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Aggies offense as they take control of the football first. Mario Craver, and what a treat to see a couple of pass catchers like this, each taking their shot to make big plays.
We've got two receivers playing in this game, two of the best in the entire country, two guys who had an opportunity to go to the next level, but they came back because they knew they had a chance to compete for a national championship, and now...
There he goes! Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with the first down.
And man, you don't have to be a great play caller to give that guy the football, right? Like, feature him. The offense goes through him. You got to love this running back. And he just finds a way to make those chunk plays like he just did, setting the tone. And Palmer, sometimes the defense, they need to see you for a second so they realize how fast, how powerful, how good you are.
Yeah, and the defense said all the right things leading up to this game. We're focused on stopping the run. We want to be the more physical team. We're going to make them one-dimensional. Well, you just got to run down your throat early. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. So for this defense now it's time to show up. You got to bow up now and start doing something about it.
And the Aggies come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. Caught in the backfield. It's Craver. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
And I think one of the secret sauces from a year ago for A&M was Craver and Concepcion. They were the best 1-2 punch in college football as far as playmaking receivers. Guys that could catch it short and take it long. Now you bring in Horton, who comes over from Alabama. This receiving core now, can they continue to grow? Can the passing game get better, Palmer, and take that next step?
Well, the good news is you still got Marcel Reed throwing the football, right? A guy with tons of experience and a guy who's made a lot of big plays throughout his career. So you bring in Horton, who comes over for Alabama, big physical guy who can make plays down the field. Craver can take a hitch route 80 yards and score. Still a really good 1-2 punch of this Aggies offense, especially the passing attack. Still going to be tough to stop.
Here's Reed to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Horton. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain.
A really nice job by the quarterback putting some extra heat on that throw. As a defensive back, I'm going to drive to that curl, try to get there really quick to try to break up the pass, but when the QB puts it that hard on the money with that much accuracy, really hard route to defend.
To throw, it's Reed. Here comes the heat. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
And the defense has given up some plays, some passing yards on this drive. You want to stop that? Nice job rushing the quarterback, making him feel a little bit of pressure and getting him on the ground and now getting him behind the sticks.
Barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Owens. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number one. It was priority number one. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8. Short completion on 1st down, and here they are with 2nd and 8. Reed. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on 2nd down. Likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time.
Makes the grab, and he will score! Touchdown, Aggies!
You love as a head coach to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive and cap it off with a touchdown.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0. And he takes this from inside the 5. He's out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and that's where this offense will go to work. So Alabama's offense coming onto the field, and we'll get our first look at them in this one. And we get a look at Ryan Williams. This is the guy the entire passing game is built around. He is a big play waiting to happen.
And what a treat, man. We get to see an elite wide receiver, a master at his craft perform today. And obviously, nobody in the seats are surprised, right? Because this university continually pumps out guys at the spot. But Jesse, I love the way this dude performs. I'm excited to watch him live.
You know, it was amazing. The three of us were walking around the facility yesterday, and you're just seeing all the names of receivers and all the memorabilia and the jerseys and the Biletnikoff awards. The tradition of the position at receiver at this school throughout college football history has just been elite, and this guy is the next one.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. They'll send the back in motion. Mack from the gun on 3rd down. Bringing the heat. And it's a sack.
Man, this home crowd was so jacked up, so excited to finally get the football after giving up points on the first drive and having to be quiet. Now they're quiet again. How about the defense coming in here, shutting this crowd up early and doing their job?
The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Hauls it in at the 25. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Opening snap in this drive comes from the 38-yard line. Reed. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Well, this guy shot out of the cannon. 2 catches on the opening drive, and finally going back to him again. This time, they don't hook up, but he's a guy that needs to touch the football often, and I think this offense has to keep trying to find ways to get him involved.
Looking for a man. It's Reed. With the catch, it's Riley. And the defense finally able to corral him at the 45. That will move the chains. We've reached the break, and Texas A&M leads it as we get a look at the stats. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Always a welcome play from the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And the defense did a good job stringing that play along, and you can tell he didn't make a decision quickly and kept going towards the sideline and pushing towards his right, and then the defense caught up, played great D, and got him on the ground.
The Aggies trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Throwing Reed. Setting up the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
Great awareness that time by the safety. He's obviously spent a lot of time in the film room. The D-line was upfield. It looked like that one might be a big gainer on the running back screen, but did you see how fast the safety came screaming down? He saw that thing coming from a mile away, and he's able to make a big-time stop.
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
I got to be honest, I don't know if I've ever seen a defense contain this quarterback the way this defense has in this game today. Multiple sacks. They have been so disruptive. Multiple guys up front winning their one-on-ones. You got to give the D coordinator a ton of credit. He has dialed up the perfect plays in the perfect moments, and they have made this guy's life a living nightmare today.
Texas A&M will have to boot it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He came so close to pinning them deep, but maybe just a little too greedy. Tried to get it too close, and it'll come out to the 20. Wide receiver going in motion. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. That's reeled in. It's Edwards. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
Tight end now in motion. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mack. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and take it back. Oh, he got loose. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. The RPO, fire complete to the left. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Now, and a great job by the defense seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Running inside, it's Morrow. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Man, oh man, am I upset at my offensive line to give up penetration that fast? Man, we blinked and missed it.
Hey, he barely got the ball and just got destroyed immediately. What a great play. On third down, they're in the gun. It's Reed. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces the fourth down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Austin Mack. Not able to hook up there, incomplete. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. To the air, it's Mack. Grabs it in the middle. Got room at the 35. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. They've been completely lethargic in this first half, but finally some signs of life.
And we've seen it, Reese, throughout time, throughout college football history. You get that one big play, momentum starts to come in, and I don't know what it is. It changes everything. Maybe that's the play they needed to finally get some points on the scoreboard before the half.
That's caught. It's Hill. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Again, it's Mack. Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Makes the grab right along the back of the end zone.
I was so excited for this game because I just knew it was going to be a back-and-forth battle, and that's what we've seen here. Great job by the quarterback. Good decision, reading the coverage, accurate throw. They get the extra point. This thing is all knotted up.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And he made the extra point without problem. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they close the deal from 43 yards out with a touchdown pass. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. The run inside. It's Owens. It'll be a gain of 6. Sets up 2nd and 4.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Here's Reed to throw. Going for the big play. Makes a deep grab. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. Offense set on first down. Dropping back, it's Reed. Here's a heat. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Got a man, it's Horton. Inside the 30, down to the 29. Time is running short here in the first half. Texas A&M will use its second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Fires to the wideout. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
And you got to put that one on the receiver. That's just a flat-out drop. That's a good throw by the quarterback. That's a catch that receiver needs to make.
Well, will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. Reed to the air again. Throws to the wideout. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions, giving up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
Splits the uprights, it's good. And they'll trot off to the locker room after the field goal to close the half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in Tuscaloosa. Back and forth we've gone so far, and these numbers, it's funny, third down conversions don't always tell the story. Maybe staying out of those situations in the second half is the safest pathway to victory. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in T-Town.
And the Aggies will kick it off to start the second half. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. The Alabama offense coming onto the field. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. They feed him again. Makes his man miss. That keeps the running game churning. Pick up of 5 to the 23.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, go get positive yardage.
So what do they have for third and short from their own 23? Throwing, Mack. Not quite in rhythm there, incomplete.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on third down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. On his way back from the 20. He only needs a sliver of daylight. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Looking for room. It's Owens. At midfield, he's got room. Turning it on. Touchdown, Aggies. And they take it in for 6 more points. Nothing but a vapor trail left behind that guy, and the defense straight to the burn unit.
And man, that does not feel good. As a defense, you're trying to limit the big plays, keep that guy in front of you. That guy says, wait a minute, I'm way too fast for that. They're gonna just need to work on those angles, that's for dang sure.
Lining up to add another. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They couldn't draw up a drive better than that one. Just gashed them for the big play in the running game. 1 snap, 1 touchdown.
Number 24, set to kick this one.
He'll bring it out. It's Rodgers. The Tide ready to roll on offense. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. Give to the back. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. That's caught. It's Rodgers. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
Alabama needs just a few inches here on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Snagged in the middle. It's Edwards. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you could tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
Makes the catch. It's Rodgers. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
And a play like that, that seems routine, but it only works if the quarterback can get the ball out on time and out in front of the wide receiver. That allows the receiver to keep separation from the defender, and the ball hits him in stride.
Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. Gonna run it. It's Hill. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. Mack. Just a short pass to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Mack from the gun on 3rd down. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Owens. He found a hole, got about 5. He's down at the 21.
Well, we're not quite in the fourth quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
Texas A&M has the lead at the end of the quarter. We take a moment to look at the stats of what has been a tight ball game. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Motion from the wide receiver. Reed. Catch in the middle. It's Bussey. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30.
And the offense here dialed up a really good zone beater. Give credit to the offensive coordinator. He called the right play at the right time.
Now on first down from the 30. This quarterback part of their running game. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Reed on the play action. Fires it incomplete.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. Deafening noise. Reed trying to cut through it. It's complete to the left. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
And, man, that is so frustrating for this defense. You got them where you wanted them. You backed them up on third down. You knew they were going to throw the football, but they just couldn't stop them. They give up the first down, and time is running out. This defense is going to have to get aggressive.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Clock continues to run, and they'll be happy to wind it all the way down before they snap it. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The Tide will have to call their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a third down and short. He'll try to get to the marker himself. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41. Alabama calls its second timeout of the half. They've got one timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. Texas A&M back to work with another first down. They'll move the wide receiver. Pulls it and fires to the left. Now the Tide uses its third and final timeout. And And they'll have to navigate the rest of this game without being able to stop the clock. After losing a couple of yards, it's now 2nd and 12 as they try to keep this drive moving. Running inside, it's Owens. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away to get it done.
The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. Looking for space, it's Morrow. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Did he call bank on that one? Off the left upright and good. And now the lead is extended a little further.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative, use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
He'll bring it out. It's Rodgers. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. His drive will open from the 15. Austin Mack quickly to the tight end. Shakes a man, and he might take off. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on 1st down. Big fella showing some ability, got away from one tackle. Defense lucky they had a few more there to help.
Yeah, he's not a big stiff. He's not a blocking tight end. This guy can do some work out in the open field as well, and he showed you his athleticism.
Looking to throw, it's Mack. Quickly out to the tight end. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. Really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive gain.
That last completion left them just inches short. Now will they take a shot on 2nd down? Unloads to the wideout. Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. It's enough for the 1st down.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the 1st down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
Alabama hit him with a big pass play. Will they keep slinging it? Again, it's Mack. Fires to the wideout. Beautifully thrown ball, terrific catch, and they'll have the 1st down.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle of the field with the football.
They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. Throwing, Mack. Fires into the end zone. And he's got it for the late touchdown. Probably a little too late, barring just an epic finish.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with a 16-yard throw for the touchdown. Only 14 seconds to play. The hands team on the field, and it'll come down to this onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. Don't want to risk anything here. The quarterback takes a knee. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads, hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at, and I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.